All right. All right. Enough of that fooling around here, folks. Enough fooling around. This is serious. This is serious. It's an emergency. It is an emergency. It is Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. I want to say thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you joining me here for this live stream. You're joining me from all around the world. That's what I love about this. I love that I can just hit a few buttons and have the ability to speak with you folks, talk to you. I did a spaces earlier on Twitter, kind of an Ask Me Anything segment. Definitely encourage you to check that out. That was a lot of fun. I did do an update last night here as well on YouTube. So I might do just take more questions today from everybody. I'm just going to check in with the chat room and see how everyone's doing. It's like a worldwide thing. People are here from all around the world, which is really cool. So let's just check in, everybody. Chad's bringing the beats. We're just having fun, folks. Dude, you make me want to dance. That's great. When a topic is difficult, challenging, frustrating, if you can find a way to make it fun, it takes a little bit of that tension off, and that makes learning a little bit easier. So let's just get right into it. I am on Twitter. I'm at Big Cheds. If you go to Twitter and you type from Big Cheds Packet, look for this tweet. Type from : Big Cheds Packet. You'll get to this tweet. You've got my study material, the textbooks I recommend. Often people ask me what to look for. Look for that. And then I'm pointing you to YouTube. On my YouTube, I've got a free version of my book. I am the author of Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. I do have that available for you in 4 formats: Kindle, audiobook, hardcover, and paper book. Excellent reviews. I'm proud of that fact. But you know what? I've got a free version on YouTube. I will do the whole book for free. All right. I've done 13 lessons. 14. I'll do lesson 15 next week. Let me get that comment off the screen. I'll do that one next week. So check that out. But if you really want to, where do I start to learn, for trading, for technical analysis, check out the tutorials, educational live stream playlist. These videos are going to teach you what's a moving average, how do I use volume, how do I use candlesticks, and you're really going to understand what's going on. Check out the quick market updates. That's what this is. I'm also a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live, the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. I'm part of an unbelievable world-class team, and we have a 4th anniversary sale right now. All right. For 4 years, literally, I've been posting twice a week, full market updates, and I'm just one guy, right? We have a great team. If you join, you get access. You can go watch, 500 videos of me. Check that out. We've got a half off a quarterly membership. If you're not sure, you're kind of like, what is that? On my pinned tweet on Twitter, you have a link to the May 4th video. It's a 45-minute video. It was my update for Bitcoin Live. The whole thing is free. Check it out. Watch that. Even if you don't care about signing up, watch that video. It's as good as the tutorials. These live streams in my tutorial playlist. These are master classes that are free. You have to watch these, no matter what you do, and that includes this May 4th update, and it's free. So definitely check that out. All right, so we got that out of the way. I definitely want to check with the chat room and kind of see what people are thinking. I want to answer some questions. There's not a ton that's changed in the technical picture since the last update. We're really waiting to see that EMA 34 close. I think that's going to kind of suggest weakening bear momentum. Given the fact that we are going sideways, the moving averages have flattened out. It wouldn't surprise me to see it here in the near future. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see a recapture of that 32.5 area to kind of show a little bit of momentum. And so it's really just kind of what I've talked about before. But until that happens, you have a bear bias because trends tend to continue. We have a move down that brought us to this consolidation range, and trends tend to continue. So let's move into the chat room. I do have a bunch of tweets, but I did a lot of that yesterday, how we got here and whatever. There was only a couple interesting ones. There was a trade on Ethereum that I tweeted out, and I do want to go over that, but I'll check it out later. I want to see kind of what's up with the chat room. Long Beach, Hong Kong. Thank you that. Appreciate that. Thank you for that comment. Thank you so much. You like the book. So let's see. Give me some questions. I want to look for some interesting questions here from the chat room. 292 of you. I'd love to kind of hear some thoughts. Let's just kind of jump right in there. And if I find something that I'm interested in, I will address that topic. If it's something we can, that we can talk about that I think is of value, and will help people, we'll definitely check that out. What's up from Guatemala? So what's going on, folks? Let's see what people have to say here. This is an interesting one. So, Cheds, any thoughts on waves? Waves is interesting. I had a trade on waves recently, and this was right around this time. If you kind of see here, like you get this is a really interesting chart, but it's not like a chart you've never seen before. You understand you often get these kind of slow cascade down, and then you get that volume climax. We talk about the most volume at the top and bottom of a chart. You get that green. This is a Maribozu, okay? Right? Pretty much shaven top and shaven bottom, basically no wick. Strong volume, and then the follow-up candle, even more volume. But you started to see this progression of the upper shadows, right? Started to see that upper shadow, maybe half the candle, and then you get the high wave spinning top, okay? You're already thinking, okay, even if it's a bullish consolidation, we'll see a pennant, maybe a flag, some type of a correction, which means you have a decent chance to revert back to like daily EMA 8 minimum. So basically, it's a setup for a short, right? It's a downtrend that just popped. It's putting in candle weakness at the upper Bollinger Band. Let's see. Here we go, and I tweeted it out. Here I said right here. This is June 3rd. I said, waves looks tired. Note the candle progression. And what do I mean by that? You can see it right here. You get the high wave spinning top and then another spinning top. And then kind of like a gravestone doji. It's not, you've got the lower shadow, but that's what it most closely represents. At that point, halfway through that daily candle, 11 minutes to completion. But it's candle weakness. It's candle weakness at the EMA 34 and at the upper Bollinger Band. You get the MA 50 overhead. So you kind of see that, and you should recognize this by this point. If you've been trading for a while, you've studied candlesticks, like this is what you need to be looking for, because it's a visual showing the compression of the force, and that's what the candles are doing. In this case, the force is being compressed, and then you often get a reversal, or you get some type of an inside bars where it gets even tighter, and then you can get a signal based on how that range breaks. But in any case, I said it looks tired. I mean, it looks tired at that point. And what was that? Right around 964. And from that point, that's a pretty good play. You could drop down to 760. So this is the thing where you don't have to trade every day. You don't have to play every trade. You can sit and wait for a really good opportunity. This is one. This is otherwise a chart you're not touching. This is otherwise a chart that you're just not going to do anything with, because it's a downtrend. It's pretty ugly looking. It's in capitulation. It's in slow capitulation mode. And then boom, volume, right? The doji, the hammer, boom, right? And that's interesting. Some volume comes in, you pay attention, but you're not really looking to long, right? My instinct is when I see this, I'm looking for a short. I'm looking to fade the move. You have to put into context the price action you see in front of you. And you have to see this as a bounce in a downtrend, which means look for the weakness and then take advantage of it. And there it is, candle weakness, right? Looks tired. So that's waves. Jake, let's see. I did want to talk about Ethereum. I had kind of highlighted this one here. ETH daily chart is foreboding. It means basically it's scary. It looks kind of scary. April 21st. Let's take a look at that. Pardon me. Take a look at April 21st. And by the way, thank you for watching. Everybody in the chat room. Tons of comments. I won't get to most of them. April 21st. Where are we at? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're right here, right around here. Okay. All right, so right around there. Okay, and right, I see it. Right after the MA20 rejection. So I'm basically saying like this thing looks like it's in danger. I mean, we've got more or less kind of a bear flag type of price structure. And then you have the price now starting to reject off the moving average MA20. You kind of understand that's kind of that mid channel. You can understand that that can start the move down, right? Because that you get the lower Bollinger to middle Bollinger moves, or upper Bollinger to middle Bollinger moves when the price is trending. You kind of can understand that, especially after you've kind of got this false breakout. You got a false breakout that just happened, right? So it's like the context. You understand. Okay, here, all right, we're underside tagging the MA20 after the upthrust, right? We broke above the February 8th high, failed to hold it, came back. Oops, just deleted what I was looking for, which is awesome. Let's go back. Let's go from colon big shed foreboding. All right, that's awesome. Live streaming, folks. ETH chart, there it is. ETH daily chart is four. See, I misspelled it, which is great. But that's how you search for Big Ched's packet or Big Ched's textbook or the stuff you're looking for. So it's foreboding. I'm like, all right, look at this. That's a pretty ugly candle. This red candle here, still 6 or 7 hours to go at that point. All right. On this day, it ended up with an even uglier candle, right? It's foreboding, just rejected off the MA20, right? And there it is. You see that, and you see almost like this still has a good amount of move still left to unwind. Still left to unwind, right? You can see all this price structure here, low, 22, 2300 range. So the chart, like these charts are giving us a warning. These charts are giving us some type of a warning ahead of time, right? Daily chart looks foreboding, and you just see it. It's right as the MA200 is threatening to roll over. The trend is threatening to roll over. So let's check in the chat room. First of all, hey, Bitcoin Live, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you here. Ocean, okay, let's check it out. Hmm. I mean, most alts look pretty terrible right now. This one doesn't look especially terrible. You've got decent price proximity to the MA200. Many of these other ones would have been trading down in this range, which means this has some relative strength, but it doesn't look great. I wouldn't be interested myself until minimally you start to flip this level back into support. But then you've got the MA200 right there. So I'd probably wait. Okay, I'll wait till it's back above the MA200. And that's kind of how I would see it. And you've got all these obstacles ahead of it as well, right? The prior support now lost, MA50, right? So you got a decent move that's already happened. You're now looking to see if the chart can start to build itself, kind of stair step, and kind of make this that higher low area around 024, 025. Well, that's what I would say. You're welcome. What's going on? You're welcome. Appreciate that. Let's see. Who requested Ocean? Oh, okay. Someone didn't like that. Let's see what everyone else has to say. Thoughts on the BTC daily candle close? It's interesting. Definitely an interesting candle. We're seeing hijinks. We're seeing volatility where people are getting shaked out of leveraged positions, and you often see that happening before a big move. We're in a position. I talked about it last night, and prior updates. The Bollingers are pretty tight here on the daily, and we do not normally stay in this type of situation with the Bollingers that tight for that long on the daily. It doesn't happen that often. You can kind of go back and look at the history. I did a little bit of that before, so we probably have 2 days, 3 days max before we break out of this range. If you kind of, I've had to just throw it out there. That would be my instinct. It favors bears until you close above the EMA 34. I mean, we can force sideways. That's what we did back here. We forced sideways. And when we did that, we started to close above the EMA 34. So you got kind of an early signal. Bounce, set a high, come back, find support, bounce, set a high, come back, right? Breakout, fake out. We've talked about it a million times. Bottom will take time to form if that's what's happening. So you're going to start by forcing sideways. We're still waiting for that to happen. EMA 34. Um, and that would be my kind of my commentary on that. Yeah, it's good to see you. I don't do this a lot because I do twice a week Bitcoin Live, and it takes a lot out of me because I really kind of get into it. But it's a sale this week, and I want to get the word out. And when we do it, it's like once, twice a year. I get out there, and I love to stream. But it's gonna take me time to recover from like a week of streaming. Um, it just is what it is. But I put it out there. I have fun, and I definitely appreciate connecting with you folks. Let's see what's going on. So what do we think about Sol and its recent problems? I don't like what does that mean? The problems don't factor in. I don't care about problems. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's just price, and it's just price in relation to support. It's momentum. It's what's the price doing? I guess I drew a descending triangle, which would make sense. I really think this is going to go to like the low 20s, $20 to $25. Really see no reason why not. Um, what's interesting, you ask about the problems. I guess the network was down or whatever. That doesn't mean anything to me. But the benefit of what I do is I just ignore all that. I just really watch the chart. I want to see the price do something. I want to see it recover a lost level. I want to see it do a false breakdown or a false breakout. I want to see it do something that allows me to take advantage of that opportunity, and that's what it is. And just you're gonna lose most of your money kind of stepping out before the trend has settled down. You have to respect what the price appears to be doing. It's not about like what you want it to do. It's about what the price appears to be doing. All right. So I think Sol is probably going lower. That's the bottom line. I mean, I'm ready to be wrong, and you'll see indications of that. Look, you haven't even touched the daily MA20 since April. So you'll see things, evidence of weakening bear trend. Until then, it's likely to continue doing what it's doing. Okay. Let's see. RSR, I literally have no idea what RSR is. I think I've charted before. I'm not bullish on anything long term other than Bitcoin, honestly. If I can just be honest. Ethereum definitely as well, or probably as well. But like everything else, take it or leave it, because you have the idea that each cycle it's different alts that really do well, and the older coins usually do okay, but like it's the new ones each cycle that really have those parabolic gains. So when you're looking at stuff like long term, you're buying a story. I think that's the lie. Is like all these ones people think it's going to be the next whatever, the next this, the next that. I'm just skeptical in that. I think you need to stick with what's most likely to survive and what is showing relative strength. Most of these alts are probably terrible, but let's look at the chart. Maybe I'll be surprised. It's okay. It's okay, but look what happened here. You bounced and you got rejected. You see what you needed to kind of recapture, and it was unable to do that. The lows there of early February. So you still have a chance to do that. Now you watch to see if the price can continue with the higher low structure, and kind of go from there. I think ideally for me, if I was looking, at the health of the chart, I'd want to see it hold there right around that 00838 level. All right, let's check with the chat room a couple more times. Everybody, let's see. Appreciate all the comments. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's see. I'll do one more. There was an interesting trade that came up on Ethereum right here. All right, ETH1H, Ethereum 1H. What does this mean? So like I do tweets and people say, what do you mean? And I can't like every tweet explain what the Bollinger Band is. I could tweet literally every time with a link and a picture, and I'd still get the question. So it's okay. I get it, and so that's the whole thing. It's like I try to do it in such a way that the people who are really interested in learning and doing well will take that initiative. They'll Google something, they'll click on a link, they'll watch a video they'll help themselves, right? Some people aren't, you can't help them because they won't help themselves. So that kind of is what that is. And I'm not really being vague here. I'm pretty much saying this 1 hour chart is telling me that it's tempting to take a trade against the move, right? That you're seeing. That you think you want to fade a move. You mean it means you feel like what's going on right now is going to unwind or unravel. And what was I looking at? Here we go. All right. Right there, right at the top, right around there, right around 1855. I put out the tweet. I said, it's tempting to fade the move because Ethereum has had relative weakness to Bitcoin. All right. So we know that. And then you just had the lower to upper Bollinger Band move in a corrective state in a downtrend. And then you get the candle weakness, right? The upper shadow in this candle, and then this candle's coming in and starting to show weakness. And you're thinking, all right, boom. At a minimum, revert back to the moving average, the 8 EMA primary support. In this case, tagged the MA20 and, right in that area where you had prior demand, 1770, 1780. That's a pretty nice little trade, right? Tempting to fade. I'm looking at this and I'm saying like, this is pretty tempting. Like this looks like a move that's going to revert. It's in a downtrend, lower to upper Bollinger Band move. I'm telling you, in the 1 hour in these corrective states, I mean, everything is context, everything is time and place. But and then there it is. Who could have seen that coming? And then boom, right? So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun it's kind of fun when you do these things and you see it play out, which is why I really enjoy doing what I do. So I'll remind you, I'm on Twitter. I'm at Big Cheds. I appreciate you checking that out. Check out this tweet from Big Cheds, the packet, and it will show you study material. If you search for study in Twitter, I have all these. Let's just do it. Big Cheds. Let's see study. Let's check it out. I haven't done this in a while. So I've tagged all these little interesting things over time. Textbook recommendations, different things about candlesticks, dealing with buying the fear, textbook recommendations, how to deal with trend lines. I mean, it goes back a while. Selections from different textbooks on Eastern and Western technical analysis. This was one I talked about candle progression. This is like what I was talking about with waves. That's a good example of that. So just check that out. Check that out if you're interested. And that's the point is you have to help yourself, right? Masterclass tutorials. This will take you to my YouTube channel at Cheds Trading. I have the playlist, tutorials, educational live streams. I think you're going to really enjoy these. Will help you understand my setup. It's going to help you understand basics in volume and trend analysis. Check out the free version of the book. It's Trading Wisdom. Trading Wisdom is available on Amazon. Kindle, audiobook, hardcover, and paperback. I am the author. I'm proud of that. It's been it's fun to write. I still read it. It's fun. I made the audiobook. That was pretty cool. The reviews are great. People enjoy it. And so thank you so much for that. But if you don't want to pay for it, free version on YouTube. I'll eventually have the whole book for you for free. All right. So folks, please do check that out. I'm a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live. For 4 years, I've been doing twice a week full market updates. And I don't skip a video. If I'm on vacation, I'm sick, no matter what's going on, I do these videos because they're important to me. It helps keep me improving, right? You have to keep practicing, and that's my practice. So I encourage you to check that out. Our analysis has been on fire, and we have an unbelievable team. Like somehow I'm part of this unbelievable team. We have an amazing deal right now. You get half off a quarterly membership for the first 3 months. Check it out. You're not sure, go to my Twitter account, check out my pinned tweet. The entire May 4th video is free. It's a 45-minute masterclass. It will probably blow your mind if you haven't seen it. It's really good stuff. And it's important that you take advantage of whatever free alpha is out there. There's a lot of free alpha out there. And that's the whole thing I keep saying. You have to want to help yourself, right? So thank you so much. Thank you for indulging me and allowing me to talk about that stuff. Thank you for allowing me to talk about crypto and just kind of run my mouth here for a little bit. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I mean, life will present us many challenges. I think we can all relate to that in one way or another. I guess I would just hope that you can stay strong, find your patience, find your strength, and I just wish you good fortune. And that's all I can really do. Is a heartfelt thank you for watching tonight. I hope you are well. I hope you stay well. And I look forward to seeing you around the next time. Let's finish it off with a dance party as always.